I have one of the new box sets here for the second edition of Malifaux. This is one of the first two put out to general release. They released 5 box sets at Gen Con, but here at the end of September, beginning of October 2013, they have put out the first 2 for general release, and the first one here is the Guild's Judgment, and this is Lady Justice and her crew. And you're going to get a Lady Justice figure. You're going to get 3 Death Marshals, the Judge, and the Scales of Justice. They've started including the totem for the Master in with the box set. So we'll open it up and take a closer look at the miniatures. So it looks like we have a little 3D render instruction here on how to assemble. You can see it shows how to put the scales together, the Judge together, Lady J together, and then the 3 Death Marshals. This instruction is a little different from some of the previous ones. Looks like it's a little more polished for their release. You're going to get the cards. These are the second edition cards. You can see they have the ram's head there stamped in a red wax seal. These are the gear cards, or the upgrades for the Lady Justice crew. So you get 1 for Lady Justice, another one for her, another one for her, another one for her, 1 for the Judge, and 1 for a Guild Marshal. Then we have their stat cards, so you get 1 for each of the different figures in the box. See the new layout, they have the stats here, the abilities on the one side, and then the attack and tactical actions on the other. Looks like we're going to get the basis for each one of the models. Then you're going to get 1 big sprue that has all the Death Marshals. They look like they have them separated on sprues so they could sell any of these models in an individual box set. Looks like the Scales of Justice here is on its own sprue. The Judge is on his own sprue. And then Lady Justice is on her own sprue. We'll zoom in and take a closer look at some of these. You can see if it will focus. There we go. You can see we have a torso of a Judge there with his pistol, one of his other arms. We have this coffin here with some flames creeping out of it. We have the head there. Get some better light on that. So you see it has a real skull look to it. And it has flames scattered throughout on it. We move on to another Judge. Some more arms there, another coffin with flames kind of licking out of it. There's another torso, another arm with a gun. Look at the back of those. And then we have a Death Marshal head there, kind of a bent up leg, what looks like a cloak and a hat. Let's see, and that's going to be that head. Looks like it may have a face that No, I'm looking at it upside down. There we go. There you can see the skull there. There's the other side of the cloak and the hat. Move on, we have one here who has more of a human looking face, less of a Ghost Rider look to it. Another coffin with the flames coming out of it. This one has more of the arms kind of attached to it. And another kind of curled up leg like he's squatting down. Let's see. Yeah, I believe that's going to be that one there. See how he's kind of crouched down. And then we have another huge cloak there. Another kind of human looking head. Some more legs. Another cloak. Another kind of human looking head. I'm not sure. Okay, looks like you get a couple of human heads there, because this one you can either give him the human head with the hat or kind of the Ghost Rider Flames head. You have an option here for a flamed head or a regular head, and the same thing there, so you can give them skull faces or not. That's why there's multiple heads on there. You can see they all have see there's lots of pieces there. So that was the Death Marshals. We'll look at the Scales of Justice here. So there you have the main body. You can see he's all kind of trussed up. Looks like he's going to have another leg attached to him. We have the what looks like two halves of a kind of a lower cloak, skirt almost, that wraps around him. See, they just kind of they're gonna fit around the torso, and then there's that other leg that's gonna fit in there. You can see it's all pinned up. Come over to look, and you're gonna have the cross that he's bearing with the scales on each side. That looks like it's one large piece there. And then you have his hand and a couple of little chains. We have the judge next. And there's the judge's torso, his cloak, the back side of his head, his sword, and then his lower torso there with the legs on it. Let's see the other side of his thing. There's his head really covered up by the bandana. Can barely see in there any eyes at all. And then there's the top half of the duster, or the bottom half of the duster, my bad. And then the back. And the last model in the set's going to be Lady Justice herself, the Master. So you have her, one of her legs there, and her head with a long sweeping ponytail. Looks like here's her main body. One of the legs in a crouched position, the two arms kind of holding the sword in a sweeping motion in front of her eyes. There's the scabbard for the sword and the actual sword itself, which looks like it is broken. That is nice. These models are fragile. Maybe able to fix that with some plastic glue. Let's see. Yeah, the scabbard and the sword do look like they are separate pieces, so there's not a one or the other. That is maybe some plastic glue. I can melt that together and then scrape off the excess. And we have the back sides here. We have the extended leg. There's the torso. 2 arms. There wasn't a little fiddly piece on here. A pistol. So that is everything that comes in the Lady Justice crew for 2nd edition Malifaux, the Guilds of Judgement box set.